from Professor Friedman that it would be probably undemocratic. So we have political parties now standing by in Parliament to give us their take on the Constitutional Court. We are joined in the studio by Mr. Narend Singh. He's the IFP Chief Whip. A very good morning to you, sir, and welcome. Mr. Singh, can you hear me? Mr. Singh, are you there? Mr. Singh?
Good morning. Sorry about that.
Good morning to you, sir. First and foremostly, your reaction to the ruling this morning. Are you shocked or are you relieved?
No, we are relieved. We were optimistic yesterday when we were asked to provide a comment. And I think people's power has been restored by this landmark judgment by the Apex Court. The debate now shifts to another arena, which is the arena that I am seated in Parliament, where we are now going to bring pressure to bear upon the Speaker to ensure that she has a secret ballot. And I think the court, in its unanimous judgment, have clearly enunciated the guidelines under which that decision should be made. And the guidelines certainly work in favor of a secret ballot being instituted here in Parliament when the vote takes place.
What does it mean for opposition parties, you think?
Well, for opposition parties, certainly we are vindicated. There have been many rulings against what has happened in Parliament. It's unfortunate that we have to always resort to the courts, much to the chagrin of the ruling party. But, you know, our democracy rightfully provides us that opportunity. And, you know, for us, it's a victory. It's a victory for the people of South Africa because they do not have to wait once in 5 years to express themselves, because lots can happen in between. And we know with the incidents like the state capture report, the thousands of emails that have revealed corruption, tender irregularities, even members of the executive being captured. This provides an ideal opportunity for the people of South Africa, through the elected representatives, which is us as members of Parliament, to decide whether the head of government and the government that's in place should be the one to lead us through to the next election.
This is the first hurdle, a very important hurdle, but there's a second hurdle, a very important one in Parliament. You have to face the Speaker, Baleka Mbete, on this issue. Yes,
obviously now the pressure falls back on her. It's unfortunate that she was advised in the manner that she was, but it goes back to her now, and she was not opposed, as you heard Chief Justice saying, and in our papers that the IFP put forward. Prince Buthelezi has been calling for a secret ballot, which is consistent with the way you elect a president, for many years now, and that in itself says to us, well, it's a victory well worth waiting for, and it's a victory for people of this country.
This morning we had an analyst here in studio, Professor Friedman, and he suggested that if a secret ballot is granted, it might lead to corruption, underhandedness, and a lot of other things that people won't know. It won't be open and transparent. Your reaction to that?
Well, I think the Chief Justice did make reference to that, but we hope that all members of Parliament would certainly now vote with their consciences, because at the end of the day we are accountable outside to the people, and we really need to vote with our conscience. And although people will not know how individual members have voted, I think if the opposition parties can get 50 more votes than we can accumulate for ourselves, it will be great for democracy, and it will show to the ruling party and to the leader of government that things are not right in this country, and people out there, including members of your own party, are sensing that you are not the right person to take this country forward.
So what is the next step now, Mr. Singh, and when will we have then a final outcome from the Speaker on this matter?
Well, I think what we will have to do now, those of us that are here in Parliament, and I want to congratulate all my leaders that are out there, the ConCourt. Unfortunately, we could not be there. Those of us that are here will try and get together in the next hour or so to plan our next line of approach to this matter, and we take it from there. But hopefully a motion of no confidence could be placed before the House. And, you know, as one of our other leaders had said, you know, whether we win it or we lose it, but I think it's a moral victory for democracy in our country.
Well, thank you so much for your time and joining us. That was Mr. Narend Singh. He's the IFP Chief Whip and an MP, and of course We would like to know, of course, from you, what is your reaction to this? You can let us know on the Twitter handle as well as on the Facebook page. But Eben, this morning, we asked that poll in relation to what was going to happen in the Constitutional Court today. What are the people saying?
Social media is going crazy, not just on the poll. Of course, we've been running this poll since this morning, and this is still the question, and this is the question that's now going to be, this is the question that's very relevant, and it's going to be put to the Speaker, Balekambete. And Balekambete, I think the entire narrow focus of an entire nation will now shift to the office of the Speaker. And if she looked at the numbers of us, if she looked at the numbers, and we've got 335 votes in, of course, earlier the Prof said, oh, there's 50 million people in South Africa, but all polls are just a guide as to how the nation is thinking, a sample, and the overwhelming majority, 84% of 335 votes are saying, yes, we want to see the secret ballots.
And there you have it. You ask for it.
Of course, there are fears of intimidation, fears of violence, fears of attacks on MPs who don't toe the party line. All these things are right in the conversation. Here are some tweets to what our viewers are talking about now. McDonald Maliwa raises this point. He says, yes, so that the members of the ruling party can be free to decide with their secret ballot votes.